Oh man, what happened to this game? What happened to NeverWinter? Well, if you have been a NeverWinter player, and if you have played this game on the Xbox like I have been, or even on the PC, because I know a lot of you guys used to play it on the PC, because there really ain't nobody left really playing it on the PC except for bots, then you should definitely enjoy this video and stick around from beginning to end, as I will tell you what NeverWinter is really all about, and the major flaws, and expose everything in this game. So, sit back and watch, enjoy, make sure you go ahead and share this video with your friends, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you do, share it. If you know somebody that plays NeverWinter, because I know that after you're done watching this video, that you're going to agree with 96.7% of the things that I'm saying. Because you see, I've been playing NeverWinter since day one, since it first came out on the Xbox One, back in I think it was the end of March. Until this day, I have never ever met anybody in-game, on the forums, on Reddit, in chat, on YouTube. I've never met anybody that had everything positive to say about this game. Most of the time when I talk to people, it's nothing but negatives. I wonder why that is. You see, back when I first started playing this game, like many of you guys, it was fun. It really, really was. The leveling experience was fun. There was a lot of new things to find out. There was a lot of new things to try. There was a lot of new things to do. You constantly had to try to upgrade your armor, upgrade your weapons, upgrade your enchantments. You found out how to use different skills. You unlocked different powers. Everything was cool. Everything was cool. Mod 5, what they called it. You felt like you were actually being rewarded for playing the game. You really felt like you were being rewarded. Running dungeons was actually fun because you could run T2 dungeons with your friends, with your guildmates, and you might be able to get like a greater mark that drops, or an artifact, or even a piece of T2 set armor, and you could sell it on the auction house and make some money. And you actually felt rewarded, like there was a purpose for playing the game. But as soon as Mod 6 hit a few weeks ago, that entire purpose just flew out the window. And in the meantime, if you're wondering what I'm doing in this game or in this video, it's pretty much primarily what I normally do all the time when I play this game. It's absolutely nothing. I sit in the Enclave, I go here and there, I do some campaigns, I do some dailies. I don't even queue for dungeons unless I got my entire team on, because A, you're going to find all bad players, and B, forget the bad players, you're just going to be stuck in a queue for like 20 minutes, but we'll get into that later. But the game used to be fun, and then Mod 6 came. And then they started doing a whole bunch of just scam artist tactics. You know, to break it down, what NeverWinter really is a greedy, cash grab, scam tactic, con artist company. And we're going to get into a few of the things, the reasons why that is. First of all, when we reach Mod 6 now, we had a whole bunch of new things that are like old things, like lesser resonance stones, different types of resonance stones, all different types of, enchantments. But instead of having regular ones like we had before, now we have different variations of the same one. For instance, you'll have a lesser mark of power. Then you will have a bound to account lesser mark of power. That does not stack in the same area as the regular lesser mark of power. Then you will have a bound to character lesser mark of power. So now instead of one, they give you 3 different variations of the exact same thing. And why do they do that? So you could run out of space in your bags and in your bank. But you're probably saying, well, why would they want you to run out of space in your bags and in your bank? Well, the answer is simple. That's because they just released a brand new runic bag of holding. And not only did they just release it, a couple days after they did all this change with this new bound to character and bound to account stuff, they released it in the Zen Marketplace, and they even put it on sale so you could spend your money on it. In Mod 5, when you would run dungeons, when you'd hit a trap, you would just hit a trap. But now in Mod 6, when you actually hit a trap, you get an injury. And the only way to get rid of your injury is by spending gold or astral diamonds to buy injury kits. That is, unless you spent money on their brand new VIP program that was so weirdly implemented at the exact same time that traps in dungeons started to give you injuries. Now, if you are VIP rank 7, you are immune to injuries. That's so weird. How about in Mod 5, the average player had about 20 to 25,000 health points. And a major potion of healing heals you for about 8,000, 8,500 hit points. Well, now in Mod 6, the average player has around 80,000 hit points. But yet their new healing potion, the Superior Potion of Healing, only heals you for 10,000 hit points. That makes no sense. How does their newest and best potion only heal you for 10%, or in some cases less than 10% of your health points? But the weird thing is when Mod 6 first got released, they gave you a special gift. They gave you a free character level up if you went and talked to the rewards claim agent. They gave you a free artifact that we already had. And they gave you a free Greater Stone of Health. Now, I wonder why they gave you a free Greater Stone of Health. I mean, since the only way that you can obtain a Greater Stone of Health is by purchasing it with Zen in the Zen market, which you have to spend money on, they gave you one to show you how much better it is than the potions, forcing you into wanting to spend money to heal yourself. That's number 3. Crazy, huh? I mean, the game is just a complete scam. It's a complete cash grab. Then they made all of the stuff in the dungeons now bind on pickup. There is no more voting on anything. You can't sell anything. Like I said before, in Mod 5, you could run dungeons. You could actually make money. You could actually felt like you were getting rewarded if you ran a dungeon and you won something and you get to sold it for money. But not in Mod 6. No. They trying to take as many ways for us to make AD out of the game as we can, so we are forced to spend real money on Zen. They even took leadership out on the PC, and I'm sure they're going to take it out on the Xbox as well. So no more buying to equip drops in dungeons. They took out all the good armor. I mean, there's no more armor set bonuses. They forced everybody to be the same in the game. Every single person now, if you want the best armor, you're going to have to all wear the same exact armor. There is no discrepancy anymore. You cannot be different than anybody else. And speaking of armor, they make the dungeons like 50 times harder. But then when you beat the bosses, they only give you 2 protector seals. And guess how many seals you need to acquire just one piece of armor? 400 to 600. Something's wrong with that picture. Speaking of dungeons, I remember when I played Mod 5, there was like a lot of dungeons. There was a lot of variety. You can play so many different things. Not in Mod 6. They took out all the dungeons. Why would they do that? Why did they take out all but 3 of the T2 dungeons? And like 3 of the T1 dungeons? They supposedly gave us more content, but all they did was take it away. It's just ridiculous. The grind from getting to level 60 to level 70 was the most boringest thing I've ever done in my entire life. It was a rinse and repeat of doing the same exact shit, talking to the same exact people over and over and over again. It's just a grind that was a head-pounding, just boring, non-stop phenomenon. It was the most boringest thing ever. And then, they didn't even give you enough quest to actually level you up to 70. You stopped getting quest at like level 67, level 68. So how the hell were you supposed to get to level 70? I guess you just had to walk around and farm giants and do other stuff that wasted more time. And the amount of experience you need just to move up 1 level is insane. There is no AD to be made anymore in this game. All they're doing is trying to get and extract as much money out of us as possible. There is no positive to playing this game anymore. No, everybody is complaining about it. Everybody on Twitter is complaining about it. Everybody on Reddit, everybody on YouTube, everybody on their forums. Now, the nail in the coffin. They have started banning people for typing nothing in the chat. They tried to finally, after 6 months, do something about the third-party gold spammers, which they never have done. And now they finally decide to do something and not tell anybody. But like every other broken ass thing in this game, they don't test it. They don't test anything. They just put it out. And then they put it out, and people are getting banned by the thousands now. Just for saying things like looking for group in Icewind Dale. I'll give it a few more tries and that's it. And that they told me that was a prohibited link. Unbelievable. The chat spammers, like I said, they don't do anything about it for the past 6 months. Now they try to fix it, and then all they do is ban people. And then when you when you get banned, you have to create a ticket, waste your time, waste all this bullshit just for something that was not your fault, something that was their fault. So they make you waste your time just to play their game. That doesn't make sense. The queue systems are astronomically broken. If you don't queue with the full pre-made 5-man team, don't even play the game. Because A, you ain't gonna find nobody. You're either gonna be sitting in a queue for 10 to 20 minutes just trying to find a dungeon. Then when you finally do find a dungeon, you're gonna be sitting in there probably by yourself or with 1 or 2 other people. And then if somebody leaves, it'll take you like 20 minutes to find somebody else. And then if people leave on their own will, after a couple people leave on their own will, the game will tell you that no more players are going to be sent to reinforce your team. So you have no choice but to quit. Makes no sense. The NeverWinter forums are the biggest bullshit I've ever seen in my entire life. Every single time I have posted something on their forums, it has been closed, it has been moved, it has been deleted. Any single time somebody bashes their game or talks the truth about their game or points out something that is broken or glitched in their game, the dumbass moderators on there instantly close the thread, delete the thread, move the thread. I made a post about how the Trickster Rogue powers are broken. And then within an hour, they moved it to the bug report section where nobody looks, so it wouldn't be exposed. And then when all the people, including me, were making forum reports about how people are getting banned for no reason now with their stupid new chat filter, what do you think happens to those threads within an hour? They get closed. The moderators on that forum are the worst moderators I've ever seen in my life. They don't care about the players. They don't care about the community. If they spent as much time giving people a hard time like they do on that forum as they did try to fix the game, then maybe they'd retain some of their player base. Because as a matter of fact, this is a fact, 90% of the player base from the PC are gone. 90% of the player base from the Xbox One are gone. This is a fact. A fact. The game lags like crazy. The game is just filled with lag. Their servers are terrible. Terrible. Every single dungeon you go into, you get rubber banding all the time, freezing, frame rate drop. I know so many people have just been sitting there playing, and all of a sudden you've gotten dashboard and it said something went wrong, and you have to restart the game. The lag is terrible. Glitches. There's so many glitches in the game that go months and months and months without even being fixed. And it's got to the point now where they made the dungeon so hard that the only way to beat the boss in Cragmire Crypts is to glitch him through the door. They know about this. Why haven't they fixed this? People have been saying how hard the dungeons are for so long now, for weeks. They haven't fixed it. Why do they give you 100,000 hit points if 90% of the enemies when they hit you for 200,000-300,000 hit points and instantly kill you? It doesn't make sense. There are bugs in the game everywhere. Most of the classes are broken now. There are so many broken powers in the game. There are so many broken abilities in the game. There are so much broken shit in this game that all they do is never fix it. The game is called NeverWinter, but yet it is never working. Oh my goodness gracious. It is ridiculous. Then they go ahead and talking about the health potions and how they're forcing you to try to spend Zen on the stupid Greater Stone of Healths. They even nerfed Lifesteal. So now you can't even use Lifesteal in the same way you used to. Lifesteal used to be a major thing of keeping you alive. But it just so figures and happens that as soon as they try to get you to buy these Greater Stone of Health, they nerf Lifesteal into the ground till it's completely useless. So the only way to even heal yourself now if you don't have a cleric is to use the Greater Stone of Health. Man, I mean, how many things is that already I brought up? How many topics? 10, 15 topics about how this game is terrible already? Let's talk about streamers on Twitch. The game is so bad. The game lacks so much player base that I have been looking on Twitch for the past 3 to 6 months. And every single day I go on, I've never seen not one person that owns this game on the PC streaming it. How is a game that's 2 years old on the PC that supposedly has such a big following on the PC never get streamed by any PC players? Let alone any PC players. You can't even get big YouTubers and big Twitcher people to actually stream your game and talk about your game. You want to know why? Because your game sucks. Because they've caught on to your bullshit tactics already. That's to the point where you have to actually pay people off to stream for you. You make a list and a little contest of people that are official NeverWinter streamers. And most of these people have like less than 20 followers on Twitter. They have like 20 or 30 or 40 Twitch followers. But yet you have to give them free shit to give away in their streams just to stream your game. You can't even get legitimate people to stream your game. You have to pay off people and compensate them to stream your game. That should tell you something. Most of the tooltips in this game are broken. They are. They're lies. They tell you one thing, but they don't do that. How just right now, if you see in the top right-hand corner, the artifact equipment, go to Protector's Enclave. How it told you, and they told you before the game, and even when you select that quest, it tells you that you have to have 2 characters at level 60 in order to claim your class-specific artifact. But yet, you have to have 2 characters at level 70. If you have to have 2 characters at level 70, then why does it not say that in the tooltip? Why do you guys not say that on the forum? Why do you always make people have to dig through piles and piles of web pages to find accurate information about your game? It's like you hide everything from your player base. You do not communicate with the player base at all. It is complete bullshit. You want to know how popular this game is? You explain this one to me. How supposedly they have had over 3 million people on Xbox One, just on Xbox One, download their game. They claim they have over 3 million people download their game on Xbox One. But I can tell you for a fact that I have never seen more than 40,000 people online at one time in the past 2.5 months. If they have over 3 million people that have supposedly been playing their game, then how the hell do they only have 60,000 followers on Twitter? Yeah, I know, I made you think right there. They supposedly have over 3 million people that play their game on Xbox. And hundreds of thousands and tens of thousands, according to them, that play their game on PC. But how do they only have 60,000 followers on Twitter? But then how does another game like Elder Scrolls Online, which is another MMO type game that you could also play on the Xbox One, how does that game have over 475,000 Twitter followers? It's amazing, right? 3 million people on Xbox, but only 60,000 Twitter followers? Only like maybe a few hundred people that actively even post on your forum? Because posting on your forum is bullshit. Why would we post on the NeverWinter forum? All of our posts are just going to get deleted and merged and closed anyway. You guys just hide everything from players. You don't try to help anything. You just hide. You cover up as much shit as you can to try to extract the most amount of money out of people before your game crashes. This game, NeverWinter, will not make it till January of next year. It is dead. It is dead. I am not going to play this game anymore. I have been putting so many hours into this game. As a player that has been playing this game for roughly 6 to 8 hours a day since it came out, and have spent money on this game supporting them. I never made YouTube videos about this game. I put up a couple, and the reason why is because I didn't want to support this game. Because when you first play the game, it's an amazing game, and it has a lot of amazing things going on for it. But I have never seen such a great game, such an amazing game, be so poorly managed in my entire life. This has got to be the worst game that I have ever played in my entire life. I can't support a game like this. That's why although I played it all the time, I never supported it. Because people would play it, and they would enjoy it. And they would level up, and they would still enjoy it. But see, all the real bullshit I just talked about, you wouldn't know until you got to the end game. You see, the end game, once you hit level 60, once you hit level 70 now, is where all you start seeing all the bullshit that I talked about in this game. All the tactics that they use to scam gamers, to scam players, to extract as much money out of us as they can before the game just goes away because they know, like I know, that this game won't last. Because they don't know how to fuck to get it to last. They don't know how to fix the game. They don't know how to do anything in this game. So yeah, I named a whole bunch of stuff in this game that makes this game broke. And if you have never played Neverwinter, and if you have thought about playing this game, it is my firm opinion that I truly believe that you should never, ever play this game. If you have played this game, and you've been a victim of any of the bullshit that I've talked about in here, which is like 99% of the players, and you felt that after you spent money on this game that you have been wrongly treated and the game just keeps changing shit on you when you spent real money to acquire things in the game or have been banned for no reason at all, I would highly recommend that you contact and call up Xbox Live and file a complaint on this game and force Microsoft to pull this shitty ass game off of the Xbox Live marketplace until they fix it. I cannot believe that there is not a class action lawsuit against this game for the amount of fucking tactics that they've pulled on players. This is ridiculous. This is the worst game that I've ever played, and I'm telling you this after I've played this game for over 1,500 hours. I'll give this game a week, maybe two, to correct all of the issues I talked about. But you know what? I would bet $20,000, and I'd even put it in an escrow account right now, that none of this shit is fixed in 2 weeks. I guarantee it. Because they just don't care. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave a thumbs up like. If you agreed with the shit I said in this video, man, make sure you share it. Expose this company. I know the stuff that you guys, or the stuff that I said you guys agree with if you've played this game. It's a goddamn shame. They need to fix it, but they won't. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man, and tell your friends about me so they can subscribe to my channel, then you can help a brother out. Neverwinter could have been one of the greatest games that I've ever played in my life. But instead, it has turned out to be the biggest waste of time and waste of money that I have ever experienced in my entire life. So YouTube, this is the Assist Man, and like always, I am out.